had a lot of rain today. I love sitting on the porch, especially if it's raining, so it's not that big a deal, but we've had about 2 to 3 inches of rain. It's been really wet and calling for more rain. That's not why we're here. We're not here to talk about the weather. We're here to talk about tobacco and the most McClelland-like tobacco out there that you can get. Now, this is my opinion only, and we've gone through that. Really, there's nothing even close to what McClelland was. But I think if it's kind of a double-edged sword. I say this: if you can go out and splurge one time, and go, whether it's on tin bids or wherever you can find it at a pipe show, or I think it would be worth it for you to splurge on it. Now you know people have hyped this tobacco up so much it may disappoint you, but to me it's the greatest stuff in the whole world. I have a good bit, plenty left, so I did this countdown to kind of supplement and tell you what I use to keep me from dipping into my McClelland, because the longer I can keep it in the cellar, the better off I'm going to be. And again, we're not promised tomorrow, so what do? It's kind of a conundrum. But also, if you haven't tried McClelland, that's a conundrum too, because maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you don't really want to know what you're missing. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought it would be fun, and we're going to conclude this video today. I'm going to give you number 2 and number 1 and the tobacco that got knocked out. And I'm going to explain it all. I've got a lot of stuff in the works, and it's just very, very busy time I'm getting more in different ideas of videos and songs and things, and got a new song that's going to be coming out this week, a full song. I don't know when, probably Friday. If I had to guess, it may come out sooner. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. And this song, you guys that are married are gonna love this song. You're gonna relate to it. Like, I know what this is. That's me in that song right there, and I did it for all of you guys out there. But again, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, the tobaccos. But first, before I get you the number 2 and the number 1 tobacco, I'm going to show you what got knocked out. Now, when I first started this video, there was a tobacco I hadn't tried. And a friend of mine got me to try it, and I had to put it in the top 5 because it was that good. So the tobacco that got knocked out, I'm going to give it to you right now. Now, there's probably guys that have watched my channel for a couple years that think they know what my number 1 is, but they're wrong. And so they're probably thinking that tobacco that they're thinking it's number 1 is going to be number 2, but they're wrong. And the reason is this tobacco, which they think is number 1 or number 2, is actually number 4, which got knocked out. It would have been knocked back to number 5, but because Best Brown number 2 was number 5, I couldn't redo the video. But this is the one people are thinking. Now, I love this tobacco. I really do. Full Virginia Flake, Samuel Gawith. But it's a totally, totally different experience than these other tobaccos. That they're more McClelland-like. This was around, and I smoked this when I was smoking McClellands. When McClellands was readily available, I would smoke this for a different experience. So that's why it's not as high up in my most McClelland-like tobaccos. Don't get me wrong, I love this tobacco. It's, as far as Virginia goes, what's available now, it's one of my top. I don't know if it's number 1. I'll have to think about it, but it's up there. But for this, it falls out of the top 5 because it got knocked out. Anyway, Full Virginia Flake was the one that yeah, good tobacco. Just didn't fit into this. Now, number 2. This was hard. I couldn't figure out if it was number 1 or number 2, and I put it at number 2 because number 1 just, to me, has that tin note that reminds me and can get me close to that McClelland. And anyway, this one has a brother that's blue. This is Capstan Yellow, number 2. Excellent tobacco. I wasn't a huge McBaron fan for years. We used to call it McBite because it would bite me, but this one does not. This Capstan doesn't bite me, and the HH series doesn't really bite me bad. Some of those do give my tongue a tingle, but this one is really, really good tobacco. Very excited to try the blue. I just haven't done it yet. But this stuff right here, number 2, is Capstan Gold. This is the flake. I have the square flake, but I have some of the ready rubbers as well. And I've got a little bid on. I'm not going to tell you. Well, you got to know what I'm bidding on, but hopefully you let me win this one. So anyway, that was number 2. So here we go. Here's number 1, and it's gonna probably, people aren't gonna understand it until you try it. This one I didn't want to put in just because I know some backstories about it and how it's made and who makes it. I'm not a fan of who makes it, but this stuff is freaking legit. I've never really talked about this a lot, but the more I smoke it, the more it reminds me of the quality of McClelland. And I really want to see what this tastes like with age on it. But one of my favorite pipe makers also makes a tobacco. No, it's not Dunhill. It's not Peterson. It's Savinelli. And the tobacco number 1 is Juno. If you haven't tried it, it's definitely worth a try if you like Virginias. Again, my tastes are going to be different than yours, but the quality of this tobacco threw me for a loop. It really did. I just didn't want to like it, but every time I smoked it, it reminded me of McClelland. This is the most McClelland-like Virginia, I think, for me. You'll have to be your own judge, but for me, this one is the most McClelland-like Virginia. Now, Juno, it's a delicate. This is a mallogram. I don't know what a mallogram. It looks like anal gland. I like a delicate anal gland. No, it says AMALGAM. Amalgam. Another one of those dappled words I don't know. But anyway, it's of stoved and unstoved Virginias. The pinnacle of leaves, both red and bright. I'll let you read it yourself. It says, I thought it said anal gland, but whatever that word means, I'll have to look that one up. All I know is good, very, very good tobacco. It's smooth, it's quality, it's got age on it, doesn't taste rushed. It's mature. Very, 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 very good tobacco. So, again, here's Juno. Go out and get you some. Lifestyle Look is readily available. Till my tens and tens of followers go out there and buy it all up. But I am fully stocked with that. I smoked it. I bought a couple of cans. And then I smoked them and I bought a bunch more just because I want to age this stuff. I want to age this in the tin, and I also want to age it in some jars. So anyway, smoking some Juno. It's good stuff. Go out and get it. That's number 1. Number 2 is Capstan. I know everybody probably has tried this one. Great tobacco. If you haven't, you got to get you some Capstan. Looking forward to seeing y'all again this week. Stay tuned, and God bless everyone.